Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
It's the newest stadium on the NFL landscape, and it might just be the grandest as you get a look at SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Chargers. One away. Now to return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so they can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Jones now on 3rd down. That's complete to Slayton. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It can be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target, and it's second down.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's going to go up top again. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Here we go now on first and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Now he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stump it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And here's Lewis. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
He's going to air one out. It's Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Evan Ingram was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
That's at least a couple of times that they've tried to stretch the field here in this first quarter. They haven't been successful yet, but obviously they're going to keep trying, and maybe they'll find some seams underneath as this game progresses.
Here's Jones. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And the Chargers are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
On 2nd down, Eckler, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Eluding, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Defensively, didn't seem like anybody had eyes on the quarterback, and he took advantage.
So you think that maybe we're seeing some pretty good instincts for a young guy? Because that's the thing you worry about. Coming out of college, you're used to getting away with just about anything you want to do. You're just superior. Here, he has to read it, figure it out, and know when it's time to go.
Badgley on for the extra point. Good to make it 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he'll throw right away. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Catch made by Slayton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the draw, this is Barkley, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Giant ball carrier taken down at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Giants nothing.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Giants 3.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Second quarter here, he has only one catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd and 9, Jones. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Riley Dixon now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. He hasn't had his usual star-studded performance so far, but still the 2nd quarter, and they're still up on the scoreboard.
And sometimes even as a decoy, you can have a big impact on the game, and that's what we've seen thus far. They're still able to get it done. They found other ways. They haven't had to utilize him as a top priority just yet, but you know he's waiting and available.
Yeah, now the question is, how will they utilize him here? Herbert on first down now. Allen's got it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. From the gun, Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. In the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Eckler. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
A gain of 9 makes it 3rd and 4.
Now it's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
You ain't can't get none of this.
We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, first and 10. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Giants on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Finds his tight end, Ingram.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Are you serious, dog?
Oh, the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit and illegal contact on a quarterback. The defenders really have to get in line.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw, Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now Jones, going to throw again. And this will be incomplete.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Right now, let's go, baby.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
A 29-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 1st and 10, Herbert. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and that'll bring up second down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On first down, it's Herbert. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Henry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
At the 18-yard line.
To the air again, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Again, Herbert. He's got his man. It's Williams. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert back to the air. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well. Creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Trying to improvise. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. For the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
Giants 6.
So a well-paced drive. They were able to calmly take it down the field, and then they finished the half with 3 points.
Yeah, and that's what's commonly known as playing the 2-for-1 game, right? Being able to get the points at the end of the half, knowing you're getting the ball to start the second half, gives you a chance to go out and double what you got done in the first half.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And here's Lewis. And he returns this to the 22.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
He'll hand off here to Eckler.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Herbert now on second down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
On the throwaway. Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Herbert. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Going on the ground with Eckler. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. It's Eckler again. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. So good coverage there defensively, as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Here's the Giants' offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll throw from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one in 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Jones now. Back to the air on 2nd down. Open man right side is Ingram. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Giants, 1st down.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Looking for Shepard deep. And that is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Now Saquon Barkley. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. From the gun, Jones looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They started on the ground with Eckler. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, and a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And his pass pass, incomplete.
Herbert's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Jabril Peppers on the coverage.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the 50, here's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple.
And 8 at the 48-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Herbert throwing again. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Dexter Lawrence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On is the punter long here as he sends this one away. Here comes Peppers. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
The Giants take over 1st and 10.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray, and this one is brought back to the 22.
Well, you're trailing, it's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or 2, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Running on first down, Eckler. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
The 6-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Kenneth Murray, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. operating from the gun. Jones. And that is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt.
At their own 47-yard line.
LA set to take over again on offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
On their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
2nd and 4.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line.
Let's go.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applied. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour.
Herbert operating from the red zone. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Out of the end zone. Jabril Peppers on the coverage.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. Now Charger kicker Mike Badgley on 4th down, coming out to try the field goal.
32-yard attempt.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game.
Giants 6.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Long converted the field goal. Now he handles the kickoff duties. And here's Lewis. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Jones. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And the next-gen these stats going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. From the gun, Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they're not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a first down and a gain of 10. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
Man, when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.